An LLM and a hash are more similar than you think. LLMs are non-deterministic. The reason they are non-deterministic is because there's some level of probability associated with the words that it outputs at the very end. By default, an LLM will assign probabilities to every word in its vocabulary so that it can produce the next word in the output. If a probability is assigned to every single word and the LLM chooses the most probabilistic word for every word in the sequence, it would mean that our input is a one-way function that ends up being the same output as someone else who puts in the same input into the same LLM, similar to a hash. However, that's not the case. You could put one input into an LLM and your friend could take the same input and put it into the same LLM and receive two completely different outputs. And so in that way, it's dissimilar from a hash because of the final step of the LLM. This is what we call sampling. How does the LLM choose which word it wants to take to produce its response? A greedy sampling approach will only take the word with the highest probability, and that would end up being essentially a hashing function. And that response is predictably will be the same as your friend's response. However, with newer, more sophisticated sampling techniques that improve the creativity and change the variance in the output of an LLM, like top K and top P, LLMs can then produce very creative, different outputs. In some way, an LLM is like a hash, but in some ways it's not. So hope this will help. See ya.